hear that engine from a 1 litre 3-cylinder, half an old Porsche. Incredible.
That is insane.
Good morning, hello car friends, and welcome to the VW GTI. Oh, wrong one. Hello car friends, and welcome to the VW Up GTI. We're going to be putting it up against VW's Polo GTIs. Look at that car. So I'm here in Malaga, and we're essentially here to see the whole range of GTIs. So we've got the Golf, we've got the Polo, and we've got the Up. If you haven't seen the video for the Polo versus the Golf, go and check that out. And if you also haven't seen the video for the GTI versus the GTE, go and check that out as well. I'll leave links up there somewhere. So without further ado, let's get going. Awesome, so we're now in the Up and I'm here with Ryan.
Morning.
Here we go, we're in Malaga. How have you found Malaga?
Oh, it's nice so far.
It's alright, isn't it?
Nice scenery.
Not a bad Thursday. I just wanted to give you a few stats just to kick you off really. So this is around £14,000 asking price on the road, and you are getting a lot for your money. It's a 1 litre 3-cylinder, but it delivers 115 PS. That's insane. So the 0 to 60 speed is 8.8 seconds. Not bad for the size of the engine. It's got a top speed of 122 miles an hour. Importantly, if you were to spend £14,000 and order one today, you would get it in November this year. So there's a bit of a waiting list, and that's just because of the popularity of these cars. Okay, so this really tail ends the GTI range. So the Golf GTI has been around for quite a long while. The Mark 1 Golf GTI had a similar level of power to this Up GTI. So actually, if you think about what you're getting in terms of value, it's the original Mark 1 spec Golf,
Power-wise.
but in 2018 in a car that's £14,000. It's crazy. So if you look at the range, you've got the Golf GTI, the Polo GTI, and now the Up GTI. The Golf is the best selling car in VW's range, the Polo is second, and the Up's fifth. And that's for quite a new car, so it's really starting to climb that ladder. As you can hear, that engine from a 1 litre 3-cylinder, half an old Porsche. Incredible.
That is insane.
It grips and grips and grips. This is like a tiny little hot hatch. I don't even know what category this would be in, but we are on the twistiest of Spanish roads, and it's gripping.
Wow.
For £14,000. I'll put it in context. My friend's just bought a very nice sports car, let's call it a sports car. It's within the Volkswagen group, so it's not actually a Volkswagen. But in optional extras, he has just paid £14,000. So the fact that this car is the same as the optional extras on a well-known Volkswagen group sports car,
Insane.
that's crazy. The wheels on a Bugatti Veyron are £18,000. They're worth more than this car just for the wheels. You are getting a lot of bang for your buck, literally.
Power for pounds, I think it might stack up.
Is that what we're measuring it on?
Yeah. Power versus pounds. It's got to be up there.
So with this doing 15 miles to the gallon, which is no mean feat really, it actually has got a 6-speed gearbox, which is helping get some of that efficiency. And talking of gearbox, there's details everywhere. Looking at this gear stick, you've got the GTI trim, which has got little decals everywhere, whether it's on the gear stick, whether it's on the steering wheel, whether it's on the alloys, even down to the original GTI stripes along the side of the car. GTI is screaming everywhere, and it's really like a homage to the Mark 1 Golf. You get a feeling they've really gone back to the Mark 1 Golf to kind of find out why this car is existing, what its market is, who would the kind of owners be. It's a real continuation of VW's GTI history. Okay, so there's probably two main options that you've got to think about here, and that's 3-door, 5-door essentially. So 40% of, I think, the UK market, I think it is, goes for the 3-door option, so 60% are going for the 5-door. There's a bit of a price difference, it's about £400, so if you go for the 3-door, it will save you £400. This is the 3-door, so the one that you're seeing now. So that's based on the Up figures generally, not necessarily on the Up GTI. I think the Up GTI will probably do more for the 3-door than it will for the 5-door.
You can imagine, because it's a sporty hot
hatch, right?
Yeah.
But the Up generally is selling in 5-door more than the 3-door, and £400 is all the difference you've got to pay. So the level of detail in here is probably the thing that stands it apart from the other things in its category. I think, is it called Jaccara tartan?
Jaccara tartan seats.
Nice. You got a Jaccara tartan shirt to go with it, right?
Close to it, yeah. Didn't come with a GTI.
And how you find it in terms of comfort?
Actually, there's a lot of room. 5'10" bloke, and absolute, yeah, plenty of room for me. Loads of leg room, very comfy seat. As you can see, lots of headroom.
And then what about this?
Style nice.
Even like the little honeycomb effect on the steering wheel.
Yeah, nice display, which we'll show you in the video later. Inside's nice and styled. I think it's a fantastic little car, to be honest.
What else is there to say about it? That's about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the Up, and now we're going to be getting in this. This is the VW Polo GTI. It's very different actually, so it's actually 4-cylinder compared to the 3 that we just had in the Up. It puts out 200 PS rather than the 115 from before, and it's a 2-litre turbocharged engine compared to the 1-litre, so we've doubled engine capacity over just the minute that you've been watching. So we're going to give it a go, going to give you some thoughts and put it out on the Spanish roads and let you know whether it's worth buying. Awesome. Okay, so we're in and Ryan's back with us. We're gonna go on a little drive. Let's do this. So it's keyless, that's probably the first thing to point out, and it's a 6-speed DSG gearbox, and if you've not driven with the DSG gearbox before, do it. It's one of the best gearboxes on the market. It's double clutch, which means it's always got the gear that you're going to want, and for money it's probably the best gearbox that I could name. Wow, that's 0 to 62 in 6.7 seconds. If I carried on going, it would reach 147 miles per hour.
Wow, is that what this does, top end?
Top end, yeah. But the impressive thing that I've found, and this is probably something worth thinking about if you're going to buy one, is you can actually get 2 settings. If you buy the sports setup, the sports select pack, you can switch the damping between normal and sports mode, so you can get sort of a stiffer setup whilst driving, a bit more direct, a bit more sort of tuned. A really popular option with this car, so something I'd recommend. The other thing to think about is actually it's really still practical. So the size of this car is actually very similar to the Mark 4 Golf or the Mark 5 Golf, whichever one was the last Golf. It's very similar, it's just slightly shorter at the front, but the width and every other pretty much dimension is pretty much exactly the same to the old Golf. So what you're getting here for your money is not the standard Polo GTI, it's more like the last Golf GTI, and that's why I think this is certainly worth some more money than I would have probably given it in the past. What you can probably hear is the roads in Spain, which are absolutely awful, but you got to trust me when I say it is absorbing the bump. It's a really comfortable ride, and the engine is just constantly sat there wanting to go. It's like wants to play.
You guys think the roads are bad in the UK?
Yeah.
Come to Spain.
The pothole budget here is just like
non-existent.
A couple of pesos.
There's a hole in the pothole.
Yeah. The other big difference I've noticed is the technology in here. So as well as having a digital dash, as well as having a really clear sat-nav and head-up and sort of media unit here, the technology itself within the car has improved as well. So that's things like automatic braking if the car in front of you brakes sharply, driver assist, lane assist. There's so many bits of technology that are just pulling this car together that's really just make it an all-round better car. Another very cool feature when it comes to tech is pedestrian monitoring. So essentially if someone walks out in front of you, or is even walking along the car's making a decision as to do it blah, blah, blah. The car's blah.
Sheep out there.
Do that again. The pedestrian monitoring essentially looks at pedestrians that are walking along the side of the road, and it will work out whether the car needs to stop and whether you've seen it or not. Amazing function. It's incredible. And that's not the other thing. And that's not the only thing. The other thing that it's got is blind spot monitoring. So you know when you're on a motorway and you're trying to work out whether it's safe to overtake, the car's actually working out for you whether it's safe as well. So it's going to give you an indication if there's a car to the side of you that it's not safe to go, and vice versa. It's going to show you that it's clear when you can overtake. So we've realised one thing about this car as well. Personalisation, it is ridiculous. The amount that you can actually customise this car. So just the interior, just taking the interior alone, we're going to play a little game of higher or lower. So this car, you can change the middle of the dash. You can change this sort of red colour inside here to a different colour. Do you think it's higher or lower than 6 interior colours?
Higher, Michael Barrymore.
Higher. It's 8.
Wow.
It's 8. You can change this to 8 different colours.
Amazing.
I mean,
you can personalise that to your heart's content.
it's more than one a day. So secondly, interior trims. Do you think higher or lower than 8?
Lower.
It is. It's 2. You can have 2 interior trims. I don't know what those trims are, but you can have 2. Big on top of your 8. And then seat covers. Yeah, this is Jakara tartan or whatever it's called. Do you think higher or lower than 2?
2.
You think bang on?
2.
You would be wrong. It's 11. 11 seat covers.
You want 11 seat covers.
You might know 11 people who want you to think you own a different car. 11 seat covers. So you can have 8. I can't even do the maths. Okay, so there's 16 varieties. Oh, I can't even work it out. Trim combined with interior colour. A variance of 11. I can't even do the maths on how many combinations you can get. Like, if you do know, let me know in the comments below how many variants you can get.
We have a calculator for crazy.
Yeah, but no, that's crazy. That's an insane amount of personalisation. Much better than the Bogo standard that I would be going for. Saying before that when we were at the racetrack, we could not tell between the Golf and the Polo. There's actually extra luggage room in the back of this car now, so you're getting a lot more space. It's a lot more practical, I suppose, if you are looking at this as a family car. There's going to be another video that's coming out that compares this car to the Golf GTI, so if you've not watched that yet, go and check out the link that I'll put below or on top of this video here. But if it was my money, I'd probably be going for this one. How about you?
Yeah, over pounds for power, I think. If we compare them there, I think this one wins.
This car is by far, for bang for your buck, one of the best in market at the moment. I think it delivers pretty much everything that you need, and it's properly fun as well. Like, you're not going to run out of power anytime soon.
The handling around that track, when we went around the smaller track, was just insane. It just gripped.
Never ran out of power, never ran out of grip. When you brake into a corner, it's a bit shaky, but who's going to be putting this around the track any time soon? It's just nice to know that it's capable of that. Compared to the Up, this is a completely different beast, and actually I'd say the Polo is much closer aligned to the Golf. The big difference here is the engine and the gearbox. That's some of the key differences. It's pretty much double the size, and you know it. The speed, it just doesn't run out of power at any point. The Polo just keeps on going. The other thing that I would say that holds the Golf, the other thing that I'd say that holds the Polo up against the Up is the fact that that DSG gearbox isn't available in the Up. If that gearbox was available in the Up, I would hold it in a lot higher ranking, because like I said, it is one of the best gearboxes I've driven in a long while. Another thing to mention that Ryan's been calling out is the fact that this car is a lot more comfortable and a lot more sort of solid and planted than the Golf Up, than the VW Up. It feels a lot more composed, a lot more sturdy, a lot more direct in its drive, and yet again it feels much more like a family car than the city car that the Up you would use for. So considering both of these cars on a sports setup, the Polo actually absorbs the bumps a lot better. The Up does have quite a solid ride. For a sports setup, it's pretty good.
The back end on this one is very stable as you go around the corners. It sits there. It doesn't lift up. I think the Up slightly lifted up as you were just giving it some around the corners.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it feels like it's getting the back end, the back wheel up, doesn't it?
That's because of the weight ratio. The power is being coming through the front wheels, and as that's happening, the back end is just lacking that downforce because of the size of the car.
Absolutely.
I think this is just a bit bigger. It's got more downforce at the back end, coping with the power at the front.
And don't get me wrong, £14,000 for the Up GTI is incredible. You are getting so much for that money. Do not get me wrong. You know, don't let me sway you any other way. If you're looking at the Up GTI, go for the Up GTI, because you're not going to be sitting there wondering whether you should have bought this one. The Up is right for you if 14 grand is your budget. But really, the Polo is almost the new Golf GTI, and that's the way that I'd put this. This is back in the proper family hot hatch kind of category, and because of that, it's got a lot more power, it feels sturdier, and it feels like a much bigger car than any Polo that I've seen previously. Definitely worth the money. So what actually this is telling us is the Polo GTI is nothing like the Up GTI. It's completely different. The Polo GTI is actually much more similar to the Golf GTI, and if you are looking at the Golf GTI or the Polo GTI, go and check out the video that I've just done recently. I'll put a link down below so you can go and see it, but that's where I've compared the two, and you can get a feel for how the Polo does actually stand up against its older brother. But the Polo is where I'd put my money. So out of all three cars across the whole GTR range, the Up, the Polo and the Golf, I would have the Polo. How about you?
Overall value for money, Polo's where it sits.
Because you wouldn't notice the power difference, right?
No, we've had them going around the circuit, and this keeps up with the Golf without a shadow of a doubt.
Okay, well, thank you guys for watching. It's been an incredible day. Thank you to VW for inviting us out here. It's been absolutely incredible just to see Spain and to get these amazing cars and get around the track. It's been incredible.
Hospitality's fantastic.
Yeah, the lunch was banging as well. Well, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done it already, and if you know someone that would like to see this video or that's thinking of buying a GTI, send this on to them and make sure that they get a chance to see it. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.
Thank you.
Wow, I don't really pronunciate anything at the moment correctly.